Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming,
Is this the game I'm talking about?
and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
So there it is, folks, the singing of the national anthem here at Harold White Stadium in Cottage Grove, home of the Lions. Can't thank them enough, gracious enough to let us be here with you today, bringing you Cougars football. Nice shot of the stadium there, the stadium name. Brandon Herrera says, go Cougars. Savannah says, go Cougars. And we all agree with that. Go Cougars. Let's try to get this first win of the year. Now 0-2 on the season as they dropped a tough one last week in Salt Lake City. 16-6. It was a tough fought-out game from the Cougars. They were really, really shorthanded. Did not have a lot of players there with them as far as that went, as far as the game went. So, and here we got the coin toss going. Tony, ref telling each team here, each side of the coin. All right, and it looks like the Cougars will receive to start the game as they play the Portland Fighting Shockwave, who beat them in a tough game in the first game of the season. I believe the final score in that game was 32-8. It was a tough-fought game up in Sherwood, Oregon, where it's the home of the Shockwave. You can see the Shockwave players coming towards us here, and the Cougars going the other way. You can hear in the background there.
In other words, I don't have any of the players' numbers for the Cougars, except for one.
So we have both the rosters here today for the game as, again, and we're just about to take opening kickoff here. Thanks for joining us here in Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. About to take kickoff. Here it's going to be from the 35-yard line where the Shockwave will be kicking off to the Cougars. All right, and we can see Cougars lining up here to accept this kickoff to start the game.
In the kick for the Portland Fighting Shockwave, number 13, Ryan Simon.
All right. All right, there's the ready for play whistle. There's the kick. And blown dead.
If you have an experienced clock operator in the house, could you come up here to the press box area and please assist us? Thank you.
Hear that, anyone watching? Now, if you're watching, you're probably not at the game. However, they do need a clock operator right now for the game. So if you were here and you knew how to operate a clock, you could go up and you could help them out. So we'll go with the second try for the kickoff here. Brandon says it looks like a bigger crowd than the Oakland A's have seen since opening day. Brandon sure likes picking on those Oakland A's. But don't we all at this point? Waiting for the ready for whistle here. It looks like we're waiting for maybe a clock operator. I'm not sure what's going on. So still waiting here for the opening kickoff.
Okay, we have a functioning scoreboard now. Let's get things underway.
So there we go. So now we have the scoreboard going. We're going to get things on it. So, and there's the kickoff. And it's received and dropped at the 30-yard line. Picked up, ran to the 45, up to the 50. And Kochevar with about a 20-yard return after the initial fumble. This is going to be 1st and 10 Cougars now from about the 40, just outside the 45-yard line is where they are putting the line of scrimmage.
First and 10 for the Oregon Cougars. The ball placed on their own 46-yard line.
So 1st and 10 from the 46 here is on their own 46. There's the snap. Ran up the middle. Blocking. Stuck it right about the 50-yard line. And so Kochevar right at the 50-yard line should be about 2nd and 6. And excuse me, that was 20 Kifferly on that. I had the wrong number. Sometimes they look the same when you're up in the press box here, but Kifferly with a 4-yard run to the 50-yard line, 2nd and 5 for the Cougars as they come to the line of scrimmage. And there's the snap. Talapu running here to the close side, running up close to a first down. And it looks like a first down to about the 38-yard line.
So that was a run play?
It was a run play by number 7, Alana Talapu. Up to the 40 officially is where they're calling it. Now 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. So that was a 10-yard run from Talapu on the last play, making it 1st and 10 now for the Oregon Cougars from the Fighting Shockwave 40-yard line. There's the run up the middle. And dropped at the 34-yard line, another 6-yard run from Kifferly. So it'll be 2nd and 4 now from the 34-yard line of the Fighting Shockwave as the Cougars looking to punch one in here to start up this game. And an injury timeout. And it looks like they're making the player take at least one play off for the injury. So here we go now from the 36-yard line, as we were saying. 2nd and 4 from the 34, from the 34, 2nd and 4. There's the snap. Running up the middle, stopped just short of the 30-yard line at about the 31 is Catherine Alvarez for a 3-yard run. I'm going to say 3rd and a long one. And they need to get to the 30-yard line here for the 1st down, just outside the 31-yard line. So we'll call it a long one on 3rd down.
You think a quarterback keeper?
I would think a quarterback keeper, but actually they hand it off to number 8, Catherine Alvarez, who, man, she's fighting forward. Is it there? On this side, it looks like they're right at the 30-yard line inside, and there's the call. It is a 1st down for the Cougars. So inside the 30-yard line with that run goes Catherine Alvarez, number 8. So it'll be a 1st down for the Cougars. And Brandon wants to know how long is a long one? Less than 2. So now it's 30-yard line officially. 1st down for the Cougars. Trying to punch one in here to start this game against the Shockwave. And this would be a huge touchdown if they can put one in here to start this game. There's the call back to Talapu, rolling to the left, pulling out, getting hit out of bounds right about the line of scrimmage. Might have been a little bit of a loss. Yep, going back to the 31.5-yard line. So about a 1-yard loss on, and that'll be recorded as a sack for the Shockwave defense. She did take a pretty good hit. She bounced right back up, showing that these are football players through and through here. Remember, it's not just women's football, it's football. So just inside the 32-yard line now. 2nd and 12 for the Cougars. There's the snap. Now rolling to the right, throwing and incomplete as it looked like it was intended for number 64, Brittany Pianki. We're going to call her name a bunch tonight, usually on the defensive side of the ball, lined out at tight end here on this play. Now 3rd and 12 for the Cougars from the 32-yard line. I don't know what you call here. There's not a lot of plays in the playbook for a 3rd and 12. Not in any level of football is there a lot of plays for 3rd and 12. I think screen on 3rd down is a pretty good call, but let's see what the call is for the Cougars. There's the toss to 24 Kochever, and she is met in the backfield. Officially, they're calling it at the 38. That's going to be a loss of 6. And a 4th and 18 now for the Cougars from the 38-yard line.
Third and what?
3rd and 8. 4th and 18.
Yeah, like 47-yard Google. I think they're going to try it.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to try field goal here. It looks like Horner, number 9, is back to punt.
That's too far of a field goal to try.
Yeah, I mean, that would be – so from here you're looking at 37, 40, like a 54-yard field goal from this point. There's a lot of NFL kickers that would miss from 54 yards. So
For sure.
I don't think we're going to try that here.
Good spot.
But here we go. Horner with the kick going down.
Oh, see.
And it rolls into the end zone for a touchback. So the Shockwave will take over. It'll be 1st and 10 now. O-line seemed to be overmatched on that opening drive for the Cougars. You know, actually they were moving the ball really well. It just seems like those last few plays, they just didn't have the gusto to keep it going.
They abandoned the run too early, I thought.
I think so too. I think they tried to pass a little early on that drive. So now here we go. 1st and 10 for the Portland Shockwave from the 25-yard line. So 1st and 10 now. They run up the middle. Run up to about the 29-yard line for the Fighting Shockwave. On the tackle, number 26, Becky Lubon with the tackle. And, you know, we talked to her before the Salt Lake City game, and she said she's 42 years old. This is probably going to be her final season. And so she is trying to get as many tackles as she can this year. And there's one right there to open the game. So now we got second and 6. There is the run up the middle, right there in the middle to meet her, number 67 and number 64, Brittany Pianchi, right there to make the tackle in the middle of the field. So Richardson and Pianchi on that tackle for the Cougars. It's now 3rd down, and I'll say 3rd and 3. So we go 3rd and 3 for the Fighting Shockwave now from about the 33-yard line. We'll say 33-yard line. Now they'll run it. There goes the run. There's the 1st down. The 1st down up to about the 42-yard line. Right there in the middle with the tackle was number 26 and number 12 in there. So number 12 is Vasquez and number 26, Becky Lubon, once again right there with the tackle. So now they're on their own. First and 10 now for the Shockwave from the 42-yard line. And ran right up the middle. Number 8, Catherine Alvarez with the tackle in the middle of the field, but also right there in the middle, number 67, Richardson, right there in the middle of the field. So 2nd and 10 as there's a no gain on that play. It looks like at just outside the 42-yard line. Their own 42-yard line for the Fighting Shockwave. So 2nd and 10 now as they come to the line of scrimmage here. There's the snap rolling this way. Throwing short out of the hands right at the 50-yard line. And actually caught and in the middle of the field now. What a weird-looking play that was, but tipped a couple of times and then caught and ran down to the 35-yard line. Tackled in the end by number 00, Liz Meza. So now 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line of the Cougars come the Shockwave. There's the snap. Low and looking right, going down the field. And it's incomplete and almost intercepted by number 64, Brittany Pianchi. Are we surprised at this point that it's Brittany Pianchi right in the middle of that play? She's everywhere, I think, almost every night, to be honest. She's a great player on this Cougars team. The leader of the defense for sure. So now second and 10 from the 35-yard line. There's the snap. Rolling to the right, being chased by number 22. Number 20, there's the throw. Thrown out of bounds as she was – quarterback put pressure on there by number 20, Kifferly, and number 22, Martinez. Both – that was some good pressure by the Cougars on that last play to bring up a 3rd and 10. So now from the 35-yard line, 3rd and 10 now for the Fighting Shockwave. Still a 0-0 score here. 6:15 left in the first quarter. There's the snap. Looking out to the right. Throwing. And it is caught. Down to about the 15-yard line. They're officially at the 20. And the tackle made there by Meza in the end of the play as the last line of defense in the safety position. So Portland's coming out and throwing the ball here officially at the 21-yard line. Now 1st and 10 for the Portland Fighting Shockwave. 1st and 10 now at the 21-yard line as they come up to the line of scrimmage. There's the snap. There's the run. One up looks like at about the 16, 17-yard line. Down to the 17-yard line. So a 4-yard run on that play to be 2nd and 6 from the 17-yard line. And Julie Peacock is joining us from Eastman, Georgia. Guys, welcome in a new audience from Georgia. There's the timeout by the Cougars. So Chuck Hoffman uses his first timeout. Maybe he's paying attention to him this week because week 1 we saw he didn't know who used his timeouts and he only had one left.
I think you might have been saying that in a joking manner, but still.
It's true. It's true. But a good game so far. I mean, 0-0. 5:02 left in the first quarter. Thanks again, Julie, for joining us from Eastman, Georgia. Doing our best here, and we hope you're doing all right. A little bit of rain here earlier today, but it's cleared up now. There's no rain out there. Definitely no snow. It's a little warmer now. Definitely overcast. Looks like we might have some rain in the vicinity, but I'll tell you what a gorgeous place this is for a football game here in Cottage Grove, Oregon, at Harold White Stadium, home of the Lions. Did I hear C2C Sleeping Champ mess around? You sure did. You sure did. Joining me in the booth today, messing around. And Aces to my right, they'll drop in from time to time because, that broadcasting school really pays off as far as that goes. And here we go now. 2nd and 6. There's the snap, the throw long, and there's the touchdown for the Portland Fighting Shockwave.
Well, they didn't move the ball down the field through the air that time.
They did. They definitely used the aerial attack on that play. It's 6-0 now. So Shockwave scored a touchdown, making it 6-0.
They were well balanced that drive. They had a little mix of everything.
They did. And now we come up for the point after try The kick is up, and it is no good. So it's now 6-0. Portland Fighting Shockwave.
No good. The 5:20 again, fans, the Oregon Cougars would like to
So
take
6-0. Julie says, "Come on, Cougars, you can do this." I think so too. I mean, it's one score.
those being Bridgewine Cabinets, Hailsong Brewery and Cooking,
So we come back to the middle of the field here to get the kickoff.
Hawaiian Restaurant, Bush's RV, and Columbia Beverage.
So we'll kick off here from the 35-yard line.
And I'm almost certain you'll be able to buy some food here at the stadium tonight as well. Usually Shockwavw is here to put on a fantastic Hawaiian meal.
So we got some sponsors here tonight. Cha-Cha's Mexican restaurant here in Eugene is one of them. Bish's RV in Junction City is another.
And I've heard some pretty good stuff about them.
Cha-Cha's? Cha-Cha's is amazing.
I've heard some good stuff about some Cha-Cha's.
Yes, Cha-Cha's is a very, very good place to eat. All right, here we go. Kickoff now. 6-0, Portland. And out of bounds, as you see there, at about the 30-yard line. So in the WFA, it's a little different as far as you have a chance to re-kick it. Always an interesting play to me on to why you would get to re-kick after an illegal procedure. However, that is the rule, and so we will see if they force them to re-kick or if they take the penalty here as we await the word. So they're actually going to accept the penalty and take the first down. First down will be at the 37-yard line.
And that's actually a
For the
brilliant
Cougars.
move to accept that penalty. I would have taken the penalty there too.
I think so too, because if they kick it next, anything can go wrong. It can ricochet off of one of your players.
That's a kick.
I mean, so many things could go wrong on another kickoff, so you might as well just take the – so first and 10, 37-yard line for the Cougars here.
That's a decent starting field position too. So.
So here we go now. First down and 10 from the 37-yard lines. Talapu back to take the snap. She takes the snap back. She's running to the left. Past the line of scrimmage, up now to the 50, to the 45, down to about the 40, on about the 37-yard line. Let's say about the 37, I think, is where they're going to call it for a first down. So 37, that's a nice 26-yard run by Alana Talupa. I know. So at the 38 officially, so 25-yard run right there from number 7, Alana Talupu. Nice play for the Oregon Cougars to start this drive. Nice 25-yard play to start this drive.
Check and see it on film and be like, what the hell? Surely got me. I thought you go all down.
That happens sometimes. Don't forget with the cameras, and we'll do the best we can, but sometimes they even fake us out as far as this goes. So 37 now, first and 10. Run up the middle. And they're still going. 7, 8, 9. Nope, 7 yards. 7 yards up to about the 31-yard line.
The 31-yard line.
And that was number 24, Kochevar.
Portland is number 18, Tiffany DeMarsico.
So 2nd and 3 now from the 31-yard line. The Cougars moving the ball pretty well this drive. Again, we said that last drive too, and they seemed to stall out. But it's only a 6-point game at this point, so they're right in this one. So now 2nd and 3. There's the run up the middle. So Catherine Alvarez up the middle for 2 yards. I'm going to call it 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1 now from the 29-yard line. 3rd and 1 from the 29.
Come on, Coug.
We are on about 3.
And 3:25 and counting now as they're still in the huddle. They'll break the huddle with about they're 3:18 in the huddle as they on the clock as they break the huddle here. Now 3rd and 1, a big 3rd and 1 play here for the Cougars. From the 29-yard line. There it is, coming to this side and hit in the backfield. Oh, escape and pushing forward. Looks like they got the first down all the way up to the 26-yard line. Just outside the 25 now. Let's call it the 26. So a good 5-yard run there from Alana Talupu. She was caught in the backfield. She was stood up straight, a yard deep. It was going to be 4th and 2, and she pushed forward to get that first down to the 26. We're seeing some good football here today. Definitely one of those just
Going to be one of those grinded out games.
definitely a grinded out game. Now they come to the line of scrimmage with 2 minutes and 20 seconds here left in the first quarter. 6-0 Shockwave at this point. Now Jessica Kifferly taking the ball, number 20, going up the field. She gets up to about the 20-yard line, so a nice 5-yard run there from Jessica Kifferly.
Shockwave 20-yard line. Gain of 6 to make it 2nd and 4.
So they're officially calling it a gain of 6 here, 2nd and 4. Now timeout for Portland. So anytime you can make the other team take a timeout, you got to think you're doing something right. You got to make them reset, rethink their defense of positioning here. And now 1:44 left in the first quarter. It's 6-0 Portland over the Portland Fighting Shockwave over the Oregon Cougars at this point. But we
that timeout to give the defense a chance to breathe a little bit.
definitely. And the running game has been very, very good for the Cougars in this game.
Kickoff again scheduled for 6 p.m. That's on the 27th. Memorial Day weekend.
So 6-0 Portland here as we get ready to reset. Now at the 20-yard line.
So waiting for that play action deep. I want to see it.
Streaming right now by Coast to Coast.
Dial it up, Jackie.
And I'm almost certain you can watch the replay of this game later.
I mean, the running game's working so well. I think that'd be a perfect play call.
I think so too. I think play action would be good here. All right. Let's see what the Cougars can do in this situation now. Now 2nd and 4 from the 25-yard line. Let's call it 2nd and 5 from the 25-yard line. Now Tlapu takes the pass, throws deep. There's the deep pass. Oh. Well, they took the shot. There it was.
Now, keep in mind to all the Cougar fans out there, Talapi is not the usual quarterback.
Tlapu is not the starting quarterback usually for this team. That is Macy Rennan, and unfortunately Rennan broke her collarbone in week 1 and hoping to make it back for the last game, but not sure that that's going to happen at this point. But Tlapu looks a lot better in this game. I'll tell you, they definitely practiced this week on this passing game. So here now we go 3rd and 5. Rolling to the left. Running. Just short of the end zone, I believe. Looks at about to about the 3-yard line. 3-yard line. So a nice 22-yard run from Alana Tlapu.
Using those legs, working this right.
So now the 3-yard line.
From the Portland 3-yard line.
So down to the 3-yard line of Portland now are the Cougars. First and goal from the 3-yard line. There you go. Straight up the middle. Looks like they're pushing the pile. Keep going, keep going, keep going. There it is. Refs coming in. Looks like they have them just short at the 1-yard line.
I thought they got in too, but it does not look like they got in as the refs are calling.
That is just short down to the
Looks
1.
like they're on the 1.5-yard line.
So let's call it a 2-yard gain on that play. Second and goal now. You can see the ball right outside of the goal line. Now second and goal for the Cougars, the 1-yard line. Pushing forward. That most certainly is a touchdown. There's the call you see from the ref. So it's now 6-6 as Oregon is able to pull even the Shockwave here.
Good job, ladies.
So pull even with the Shockwave. All right, and it looks like they're going to take a shot at the extra point. We haven't seen the Cougars kick a lot this year, but looks like they're going to take a shot at this. There's the snap. There's the kick. Kick looks up and good to me. It's good. 7-6 Oregon.
Good job, ladies. Great drive.
Great drive there, right there from the Cougars.
All that on the ground.
I agree. I agree with Big B there. Adam Barber should have to do a push-up for every point that the Cougars score tonight.
All right, I'll do it. I'll do it right here. I'm going to do 7 of them in the booth, and J Mac will be a witness that I'll do the first 7 right now.
So it's now 7-6 Cougars, as we are going to get the 7 push-ups. It looks like. Hopefully they don't score like 50. I don't want them to die up here.
I'm gonna have to drive home.
Who made the kick?
I counted 5. Beth Horner, number 9 Horner is who made the kick, or who made the.
Women's push-ups.
There's the first 7 push-ups. Right.
Well, I mean, it's a women's football game, so you know. All right, so here comes the kickoff.
I mean, that's 7 more than I would do.
Yep, for sure. So from the 35-yard line, here comes the kickoff. See the kickoff being fielded. Run to the 40, down to the 50, just outside the 50-yard line.
Let's see if you guys can get a stop at that huge score from the Cougars there.
That's the end of the first quarter. Tonight's game, the score is your Oregon Cougars 7.
Once we start second quarter.
So, yeah, 7-6 now for the Cougars. And
Once again, the Oregon Cougars would like to thank these sponsors for helping to make it possible for you to enjoy tonight's game.
Looks like we're at the end of the first quarter.
we are at the end of the first quarter. Sorry. You know, your camera work being done by us tonight, so trying to do the best we can here to keep everything straight. Had a couple of events today, so we have to like break up the crew to go do other things, which is always rough when that happens. So, but you can see Harold White Stadium here, home of the Lions in Cottage Grove, Oregon. 7-6 now. The Oregon Cougars lead the Portland Fighting Shockwave. Thanks for joining us here on the Coast to Coast Entertainment Network.
Hey, that was a short break.
And they're ready to go. They're ready to go already. That was a very short in-between quarters here.
I thought I had a chance to get a snack, but
So
Reset with the camera.
As we start the second quarter of play here at Don King Field, and the Portland Fighting Shockwave ball, first and 10 for the Cougars, 47 yard line.
start second quarter, they switch sides.
So switch sides of the ball now, starting at the Cougar 47-yard line, are the Fighting Shockwave. There's the snap. There's the run. It was right up the middle inside the 40, the far side of the field down to about the 38-yard line. And Pimentel on the tackle. So number 34 with the tackle for the Oregon Cougars.
You got to find a way to clog up that running game. It's killing them.
But then the passing game killed him on the last drive. So really the defense just needs to shore it up here a little bit. So there's the snap. There's the pass.
Uh-oh.
Oh, just over the head. You can see on the far side of the field.
I thought the receiver left a little early. I thought she was on start.
It's always hard to tell in those plays because sometimes they're given a little bit of leeway as far as that goes with the refs. So sometimes for me, it's always hard to tell whether or not they left just a little bit early.
But then again, I'm way up here. They're way down there. So.
Yeah. And again, that's kind of a judgment call on the refs' part, so we can't give them too much of a hard time for that. So here we go. 3rd and 2 now from the 38-yard line. A fumble on the ground. Looks like, however, Portland jumps back on it at the 40. So it looks like it's going to be a 4th and 5 from the 40-yard line.
Back to the 40-yard line of the Cougars. Makes it 4th down and 3.
43.
I got it closer to 4th and 4, but 4th and 3 officially, I guess. I mean, if you look over here, looks like it's closer. It would be closer to the 35-yard line would be the line to gain, but it could be the 36. I have it closer to 4. It's 4th and 4. Big stop here coming up for the Cougars. You can see in motion number 37 motioning into the backfield here. There comes the toss coming right towards us. But there it is, Brittany Pianchi with a huge hit, and Catherine Alvarez helping wrap her up right at the end of the play. Stop at the line of scrimmage, right at the 40-yard line where Oregon will take over with the turnover on downs. And Messeron did call it up here in the booth. He said that's going to be a toss to the right. They should watch out for it, and they did. Brittany Pianchi with a huge tackle, and Catherine Alvarez right there to clean that one up.
Brittany Pianchi's having herself a game today.
Brittany Pianchi's the heart and soul of this defense, game in and game out.
I read that like a book.
He sure did. He's sitting over here telling me that's a run to the right. That's a run to the right. And sure enough, it was a run to the right. And obviously, Pianchi and Alvarez knew where it was going because they were right there.
I'm not Tony Romo or anything. I don't claim to be, but I did call that one.
So here we go now. 12:58 left in the second quarter. 7-6 now. Cougars over the Fighting Shockwave. It's now 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line for the Cougars after the turnover on downs. Pianchi running the ball, coming back. There she goes. Up to about the 46-yard line for Pianchi. A nice 6-yard run for number 64, Brittany Pianchi.
Way to cut it back.
2nd and 4 now from the 46-yard line. Pianchi's doing it all.
Going against the grain, it worked.
from their own 46-yard line.
So Brandon's trying to be funny in there. He says, Brittany's my hero, and I want to be just like her when I grow up.
Yeah. Me too.
But Pianki with a nice 6-yard run to make it 2nd and 4 now from the 46-yard line for the Cougars.
Brandon, we're too old to grow up.
Oh, and it looks like I would say that that's offsides, but
Flags on the play.
they're calling full start on the offense, so that's going to be a 5-yard penalty here. That's going to put it 2nd and 9 now from the 40, just outside the 40-yard line, closer to the 41. And Brandon is officially giving Pianki the nickname of Slash.
Cordell.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 41-yard line for the Cougars after the 5-yard illegal procedure penalty. There is the run up the middle, number 8, Catherine Alvarez.
Good pushing.
She's pushing. I think she's up to about the 47-yard line.
They got the penalty yards back.
Number 8, Catherine Alvarez, the ball carrier. Flags on the play.
So Catherine, personal foul, face mask on the defense here.
Automatic first down.
So that's going to make it an automatic first down for the Cougars.
First down.
So that's going to give them a first down. Running the ball, looking like they're spotting it at about the 38-yard line of the Shockwave now.
Move again.
So 1st and 10 now, 11:30 and counting here in the second quarter of this game. 7-6 Oregon. You punch this one in here and get a 2-point conversion, you go up 9 points here in this first half. So let's see what they can do. There's the handoff to Alvarez. Alvarez pushed back. Yeah, she's stopped in the backfield there. They're going to say forward progress got her to inside the 40.
Keep in mind, this is the Cougars' first lead of the season.
This is the first lead of the season for the Cougars, so let's hope that they can hold on to this one. 7-6 here, now under 11 minutes left in the second quarter.
I thought they had the lead last time we played too. They were
No.
6-0. No.
No, I don't think so.
It's now just inside the 40. 2nd and 11 officially from the 39-yard line. Now rolling out to the right. And Talapu was met in the backfield by a bunch of defenders. And looks like she got up to about the 40-yard line. So it's going to be now 3rd and 11.
Now, so going to about the 40-yard line of Portland. 3rd down and 12 coming up for the Oregon.
Timeout. Cougars.
So timeout taken here by Chuck Hoffman. Hopefully he's counting. He's got one left. With 10:02 left in the second quarter, it's a 7-6 ball game. An exciting game this week. It's been a good game so far.
Once again, the Thurston Junior Cheer Squad getting set.
Cougars punch it in here, and Adam does more push-ups. Well, that's true.
They're also selling 50-50 round tickets for going to
And you watch, this is the game they'll put up 40.
They never even come to you. I don't like to push up just for luck.
Right?
Read the sign and help them. Help them get to national. Prices recorded on the sign. I would give that on top of it.
Thanks for joining us here on the Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. We're at 10:02 left in the second quarter. 7-6 Cougars over the Fighting Shockwave. Here on the 6th day of May in Cottage Grove, Oregon at Harold White Stadium. And now it's 3rd and 12 from the 40-yard line for the Cougars.
Played at Don King Field.
Don King Field, yes. You can see the Cougars coming up to the line of scrimmage here. Oh, fumble. Fumble
Looks like it's going top right.
and a flag down. Laundry on the field.
False start again.
Illegal shift.
Alani Kalafu recovering from fumble.
So we're waiting to see if Portland's going to take the penalty here. Looks like the penalty is declined. It's going to be fourth down. Fourth down and 12. Fourth down and 13 officially now. As you can see, Horner coming onto the field to make the punt here, standing at about the 49-yard line, backing up to about the 48.
Give a little trickery to go to the next big punt.
Not a 4th and 12 with the lead. And looked like she fumbled, but it went out of bounds on the far side at right about the 20-yard line. So that's where the Shockwave will start. They'll have the ball at their own 20-yard line. First and 10.
This is Madden.
It's not Madden.
First and 10 for the Portland Fighting Shockwave. The ball placed on their own 20-yard line.
9:05 to go here in the first half of this game. Seven to 6 Cougars over the Shockwave. 20-yard line for the Shockwave. First down, pitch to the right. Running towards us here. Man, just shedding tacklers. Eventually pushed out of bounds. As you see there by 00, Meza. That's kind of the last line of defense. For sure. It looked like late, yeah. Shades of Jerome Bettis for sure. So now at the 41-yard line, they're on 41-yard line for the Shockwave, down 7 to 6 as they take the 1st and 10 play after a 21-yard gain on the last play. Motion, handoff, running to the far side, runs up to about the 45-yard line, pushed out of bounds again, this time by Kifferly and Luban. Illegal shift on the offense. So to go against the Shockwave here is that'll push them back further. And it'll be 1st and 15 from the 36-yard line. So they're only their home 36-yard line, 1st and 15. Got an amazing view of the game up here, that's for sure. 1st and 15 here as number 9 directing traffic for the Fighting Shockwave. There's the run right up the middle. Couple of tacklers. Becky Luban right there. Number 12, Vasquez is right there to bring down the tackler. And let's see. I got another illegal formation on the Shockwave.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be in line. Too many people in line. There's not enough people in line. Excuse me.
So now 31-yard line, 1st and 20 for the Fighting Shockwave.
Actually, will move the ball back to the 26-yard line. First and
All right, so 1st and 20 now from the 31-yard line. There goes the snap. There goes the pass. Coming down here. It looks like it is a completed pass just short of the 50-yard line at about the 49, so an 18-yard pass play. And Meza there once again on the stop as the last line of defense for the Cougars. Now clock running, 7:45 left here in the second quarter. So that was an 18-yard play, making it 2nd and 2, 49-yard line. They're on 49-yard line. They got to get to the opposite 49-yard line, so 2 yards away for a first down. Dropping back once again, throwing, coming to our side. And incomplete. 3rd and 2 now from the 49-yard line. Should be 3rd and 2 here now from the 49. What do you watch for if you're the Cougars defense? I say you watch that run to the right. But I'll probably be wrong. Run straight up the middle. First down. Breaking tackles now down to about the 35-yard line. So it was brought down by Vasquez in the end. Another tackle for Vasquez there. She's had a pretty good game today, too. We've called her name a few times. Now inside the 35 to the 34-yard line as it's 1st and 10, the Shockwave. Now 6:45 and counting as they break the huddle and come to the line of scrimmage here. I come to the line of scrimmage, 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line of the Oregon Cougars. So there comes the snap. There goes the throw inside. And looks like it could have gone either way, but it looks like it is a completed pass. She's brought down by number 8.
That was actually pretty good coverage.
Alvarez. It really was. And that was actually Talapu on the tackle, number 7. And pretty good coverage. I mean, she almost had an interception. So now third down officially. 3rd down and about 5. Now from the 29-yard line. It's 3rd and 5 now coming up there. Met by a bunch of Cougars, maybe got a yard. And that was a nice stop. In there was number 22, Martinez, and number 26, Becky Lubon with the tackle also. So now 4th down, and they lost a yard on that, so it's going to be 4th and 6 now from the 30. So now from the 30s, it's 4th and 6. Man, I tried to give him an extra down. Don't want to do that. 4th and 6 now. Be a big stop for the Cougars to get the stop here on 4th down. You see there's the snap. Rolling, coming straight up the middle. Going deep. What a defensive play. Number 24, Kochevar with a big pass deflection there down deep. And it is now going to be a first down for the Cougars for a turnover on downs here to make it a first down for the Cougars. And now 4:44 on the clock in the first half. I think, yeah, if you can run the clock down here and go into halftime with a lead against a team that beat you pretty handily the last time you played them, some good revenge going into the first half.
or Cougars are using their
Cougars are
final
losing their
timeout.
final timeout. So they have none remaining as far as the timeouts go. I believe Portland has 2.
They get a 2-minute warning in this league.
Fans, once again at halftime.
I don't think there's a 2-minute warning. No.
Great job tonight, playing the role of cheerleaders for the Cougars tonight, and with their sales of 50
We'll just say
tickets,
that's what I figured
which I
out.
hope you're helping the girls out for. They're helping the Cougars out, so please help them out as well. They're going to be doing their performance at halftime of tonight's game.
Ooh, special performance at halftime.
Yes, it's going to be by the Thurston cheer squad,
Team.
and they are looking to go to nationals, so probably going to be a pretty good show here at halftime.
Once again, our sponsors for the Cougars for the 2023 season, we'd like to thank them for helping to make it possible for you to enjoy tonight's game.
And now first down here from the 30-yard line, their own 30-yard line for the Cougars. And so we come up there. There is the snap. There's the pitch.
Nice run.
And the run down to, I think it's closer to 5. Actually, they have them at the 35-yard line. And that run was by Catherine Alvarez. Kochevar, 24. Kochevar with a 5-yard run. Kochevar is their leading rusher. She had an 85-yard run last week in Salt Lake City. 85 yards.
That's impressive.
So there's the run. Looks like stopped at the line, pushed a little forward, maybe up to about the 37-yard line. And Kifferly with a nice 3-yard run there.
10-yard downfield. I'd be like, somebody please sack me, hurry.
Right? So third and they got to get just outside the 40-yard line. So 30 sacks to the Colin. We'll call it 3rd and 3.
Probably give myself too much credit with 10 yards. Maybe about 5.
So now 3rd and 2 as far as the Cougars are here. See if they can't get this first down. There's the run. Up the middle. Knocked down. At the line of scrimmage is Kifferly. So now 4th and short for the Cougars. It's 4th and less than 2 as she got a yard on that play. So Kifferly with a 1-yard run. Kifferly with a 1-yard run now makes it 4th and a long 1. And yes, before you ask, Brandon, a long 1 is less than 2. So 4th down. Now 2:52 as they come up to the line. There's the run coming up the middle. There's a big run. And I'm sorry we lost it there for a second, but Alvarez with a nice run down to the 46-yard line. So Alvarez, that was a nice 16-yard run there for Catherine Alvarez. So 46-yard line of the Fighting Shockwave now, 1st and 10.
2 minutes left in the half.
Counting down the final 2 minutes of the first half here. Oregon up 7-6. And as Messer and Dave already pointed out, you have to be happy going into this halftime with the lead. And you've run all over this defense pretty well. I mean, Alvarez has had a couple of big runs. That last one went for 16 yards. 14 yards. 14 yards on the last run. Now 1st down, throwing a little pitch out to Kochevar. Kochevar, she broke it. And looks like there's a flag down on the field, so we'll see if this one stands or not.
And number 00, Liz Meza here at quarterback. Flag is against the Cougars.
And you saw that. There's the hold on the Cougars. So a 10-yard penalty, that's going to push them back.
Wipes out the big play.
That wipes out the big play too.
That was well designed and well set up too.
It was a pretty well set up play. I'll give them that. Very well set up play for the Cougars. Now at the 44, it's 1st and 20. First and
Minute 30 left in the half.
They need to get to the Portland 36-yard line for a first down.
so 1st and 20 here for the Cougars. 44-yard line of the Shockwave. Mesa throwing it this way. Incomplete. I think I would have jumped on it if that was me because it was forward, but it could have been a lateral.
It could have been.
So now 2nd and 20. Clock stops with 1:04 left in the first half. Cougars winning here over the Shockwave 7-6. 40
One of those better safe than sorry plays. Jump on it until the whistle blows. You know.
for sure, for sure.
See it too many times in pros where they don't play the whistle and the defense picks up, takes for a touchdown to the opposite, sitting there not doing anything.
Absolutely. So now 2nd and 20 for the Cougars from the 44-yard line.
2nd and 25 for the Cougars.
There's Kifferly out to the right. Oh, big hit right at the 40-yard line. Kifferly takes a big hit. So back to the 40 now.
Shoot, I felt that one from up here.
41 officially. It'll be 3rd and a mile. It was 3rd and 23 officially, but it might as well be a mile. Kifferly with a 3-yard loss on that play. And she got dapped. I mean, that was a hit.
We're under 15 seconds to go.
Oh.
Pass in the middle of the field. You can see incomplete. Looking for number.
We got 11 seconds to go.
So 11 seconds.
The last second.
4th down here. I don't know. You almost fake punt, run one way, run the other way, punt the ball down the field, and let the clock run out in the first half.
Right, that's what you just run back as far as you can till the clock expires. They throw it up as high as you can.
Or kick it as high as you can and let your players run underneath it. That would be a possibility here also. As you can see, Horner back to make the punt. There's the punt.
And time.
And that is the end of the first half.
21-22-yard line. And it is halftime.
The great first half of the Cougars.
Your Oregon Cougars 7. Portland Fighting Shockwave 6.
So we're going to take a quick break here, and we'll be back with you, see if we can catch some of this halftime show for you. Other than that, we'll go over some stats here in a few minutes as we let Chris get those organized, and we'll be back in just a few minutes here on Coast to Coast Entertainment Network with the halftime show. Watching the Oregon Cougars against the Portland Fighting Shockwave here in Cottage Grove, Oregon, 7-6 as the Cougars have the halftime lead. Thanks for joining us. All right, it's just under 5 minutes left here at halftime. You saw that great show being put on by the Thurston High School cheer team looking to go to nationals here. We see the Cougars coming back out. They're about to warm up to get going in the second half. They're up 7-6, and it's been a good game so far. A great first half. 7-6 Cougars, and they got to be happy having that lead at halftime again. A team that handled them pretty handily the first time up in Portland, and so playing at home here against this team, they've held them down pretty well. And I think, though, the biggest surprising thing for me is the vast improvement at the quarterback position from Alana Tulupu. She's played a very good game at quarterback.
I also believe there hasn't been any turnovers besides turnover on downs in this game, right?
Yep. Turnover on downs. There hasn't been an interception. Hasn't been a fumble. There's a couple footballs have hit the carpet, but they've been recovered by the team by the fumbling team. So,
but she's made very smart decisions tonight with the football and taking off running when she's had to, and it's
Yep. And we've had some people joining us in the first half. Let's get some names. So Brandon chimed in a few times. Savannah says go. Zenner number 44. We haven't called her name tonight. Her name was called a few times last week in Salt Lake City. And I can't say enough about these girls last week at Salt Lake City. I mean, there was 13 of them. 13 for an entire game. That's all they had. 2 subs for the whole game.
Wow.
And they fought their heart out, and the final score was 16-6. Yeah. So they still didn't give up through that entire game. They had 13 players. So definitely a hard-fought game last week. Kind of put behind the 8 ball as far as that went with not having enough players. But 7-6 this week. Just finishing up halftime here. We'll get you back to the second half now. The Fighting Shockwave will get the ball to start the second half as the Cougars got the ball to start the game. Let's see what the Cougars can do on defense. Defensive player of the game for me so far. Player of the game so far for me is Brittany Pianki. She's been all over the place, plus had a big 6-yard run to keep the offense going also. So we'll see. First, week 1, the coast-to-coast player of the game was Brittany Pianki. Week 2, it was Becky Lubon, who had 9 tackles and an interception last week in Salt Lake City. So we'll see who it is this week.
So far for me, it's the quarterback.
And Alana Tulupu. I mean, she's right in there too. She has had a great game.
And I know
and Catherine Alvarez is another one. I mean, she's had some good runs too.
And I know when you talk about a 6-yard run, people might be like, how's a 6-yard run a big deal? Well, it can be a big deal. What does it mean in the game? And that 6-yard run was huge in the game because it picked up a massive first down.
Well, and she's their leader. So if you got the leader that is out there playing defense, playing hard, and then they're like, go in the game and run the ball, and she's willing to do it. What's that tell everyone else? That tells everyone else she's willing to do anything to make this team win. So definitely a big leadership move there as far as that goes. And you can see the sun going down. You see,
call that the glue that holds the team together.
I know. Last game of the year. Can't hold anything back. That's a little water boy reference there.
Right.
Wow, the water boy just needs some water. Wow, Dan. Did you come up with that one all by yourself? Shut up, Brent. All right, here we go. Let's start this second half.
We're about ready to start quarter number 3 here at Don King Field here at Cottage Grove High School. With the Oregon Cougars leading the Portland Fighting Shockwave 7-6.
Cougars are leading the Shockwave 7-6 here. We're going to get the kickoff from the 35-yard line. There's some guys running on the field, not streakers. Sorry to disappoint you there.
No Sarge here.
Yeah. Sorry to disappoint you, Sarge, but and hold on, we got
Number 14, Camille Wilson, and number 83, Kimberly Collins, back to receive for the Fighting Shockwave.
All right. There's the kick. Ran back to just past the 50-yard line there for the Shockwave. They'll start with a first down at about the 49-yard line of the Cougars. And Kifferly with a tackle for the defense.
She must be like a registered nurse or something. Huh? The girl from Cougar Nurse helping out there.
Yeah, I think so. You know, but Chuck Huffman's always good about helping out the other team and making sure his players help out as much as they can. Here we go, 1st and 10. Run up the middle. Right there, 67 Richardson with a tackle right in the middle of the field. Big play there.
On the tackle, number 12 for the Cougars, that's Adriana Vasquez.
And they're saying Vasquez. I don't know what you guys saw. I saw 67
That's
Richardson.
Up to the 47-yard line. Actually, we'll call it a gain of 2 to make it 2nd and 8.
So 2nd and 8 here now from the 47-yard line for Shockwave, the Cougars' 47-yard line, as they look to go down and try to take the lead in this game. Now 2nd and 7. There's a run. That one stopped after a couple-yard gain. Let's call it down to the 44. So let's say it's now 3rd and 4. And Lubon with the tackle, number 26.
Makes it 3rd down and 5 yards to go for the Portland Fighting Shockwave.
And I need to
Ball from the Cougars 44-yard line.
So now 3rd and 4 officially from the 44-yard line for the Fighting Shockwave here in Cougars territory at the 44-yard line. There's dropping back. Alvarez right with her and puts her hands up. 77 with her hands up. Herbert had her hands up. Back there was also Becky Lubon and number 8. Catherine Alvarez. That was a pick six all the way. So Lubon with another big play. Alvarez right there also. So now 4th down and 4 for the Fighting Shockwave.
I wouldn't surprise me if they went for it here.
No, I mean they probably will. You're in the middle of the field. I don't think punting helps you a whole lot, but it does look like they're going to punt as the punting unit comes onto the field here for the Shockwave.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a fake here.
4th and 4.
Definitely watch for the fake here.
Oh, he hits the ground.
Hits the ground. It's a fumble. Now they have to try to get it away. The line drive punt right to the Cougars. Picked up at the 45-yard of the 40-yard line rather. So that is officially an 8-yard punt. And a 2-yard return makes it a net of 6.
She did a very good job of getting out of the way with the pressure she was under.
No doubt. That is for sure. Definitely did a very good job of getting that away because that was almost a scoop and score.
As bad as that was, it could have been worse.
Definitely almost a scoop and score there for the Cougars.
Number 7, Alani Kalamu, back in the quarterback for the Cougars.
So here we go now, 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line running towards us. Kochever, the ball to the 50, knocked out about the 40-yard line. We're in the shadows here, so some of this stuff not coming up well for us. Sorry about that, folks. But we're in the shadows at the moment at the 41-yard line. I promise you that's where we are. See if I can – there we go.
And I want to give a shout out to the fans of the tennis tonight. There's actually a pretty good turnout tonight.
Yeah, so that's a big 14-yard run there from Kochever, number 24. Coming to the line of scrimmage now, 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line of the Shockwave. And there's the pitch again to 24. Kochever inside the 40 up to about the 37-yard line. So there's another 3-yard run from Kochever.
In a fourth, make it second down and 6 yards.
So 2nd and 6 officially, as it'll be a 4-yard run for Coachver. 37-yard line now, 2nd and 6 here for the Cougars. So they look to go down and add to this lead. It's 7:30 here local time. It's 11:38 and counting here in the third quarter of this game. There's the snap. There's the pitch, the run. And Coachvar with a 1-yard run up to the 35-yard line. And it'll be 3rd and 5 now. So 3rd and 4. 9:31 Central Time. Well, Brandon, I mean, it's pretty easy math. Now 11 minutes left in the third quarter as the Cougars come up to the line of scrimmage on a 3rd and 4 from the 35-yard line. Run to the right here, mess around.
What's that?
Run to the right.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking. Yep, I think it's going to go ahead.
And it goes to the right. Handoff to number 8, Catherine Alvarez. Breaks a tackle in and up to the 30-yard line on a 5-yard run for a first down as it was 3rd and 4. So Alvarez with a 5-yard run. So first down now. They call it the 31, so officially we'll say a 4-yard run for Alvarez, but it's nonetheless a first down. That's a big first down. Running the clock now, 10:15 as they're in the huddle, as they start coming out of the huddle.
Keep running the rock.
I don't think there's any rush here to do anything but run this ball, as you've been pretty effective running the ball here on this drive.
4 yards to carry, might as well.
There you see Talapu with the ball, running to the left, runs down 30, down to the 20.
Ooh, we hit there.
18-yard line is going to be about a 12-yard run for the Cougars.
She needs to take that ball away the way she's swinging it out there. It's not
I agree.
kind of scary.
Talapu with a nice 12-yard run there on the quarterback keeper.
Oregon Cougars first down.
So first down for the Cougars here. It'll be at the 18-yard line, so they can get to the 8 for a first down before scoring a touchdown. But let's not get a first down. Let's just push it into the end zone.
Right?
9:40 and counting now here in the third quarter. They come up to the line of scrimmage here. First down at the 18-yard line. Talapu up to the line of scrimmage. Calling the cadence there. There is the toss to the right. Running up the middle. There we go. Who is it? 24, Coachvar down to the 3, let's call it the 4-yard line. So
First and goal, Cougars.
4, that was a 14-yard run there from Coachvar. Another 14-yard run. In this drive alone, she has run for 31 yards on this drive.
Keep toting the rock.
And that's a timeout here from Portland.
I wouldn't even consider pass at this point. The way they moved the ball
No,
on the ground.
I would not either. And correction, by the way,
Guys, we'd like to
it's
remind you once again, the Oregon Cougars have a bye next week. Their next game will be 2 weeks from
33 yards on this drive as far as what.
That will be Saturday, May 20th against the Capital Pioneers.
33 yards on this drive by Coachvar. I'm sorry, I was misspeaking. I thought 31. It's actually 33. Talapu's had a 12-yard run on this drive also, so 45 yards rushing alone on this drive. But
put the ball in the air here.
and Alvarez also with a 4-yard run, so 49 yards rushing on this drive from the Cougars.
We can get cute and try to pass here. Just keep running.
I don't think there's any reason to change your game plan right now.
Well.
And Brandon's right. It was 19 more yards. Now it's 5 more yards, and we get to see more push-ups. 5 yards now from seeing those push-ups. Is it 7-6 Oregon? So the ball sits just inside the 5-yard line.
For the Cougars from the Portland 4-yard line.
Punch it in.
There it is. Handoff
And,
to Alvarez and just short. We'll call it officially a 3-yard run at the 1-yard line now, as they're 1 yard away from pushing this into.
We get to see some out of the bar with push-ups coming.
We do. As long as it's not sit-ups, man, because I'll tell you, if it's sit-ups, I'm done.
I wouldn't even get a half sit-up.
Oh, man. That would hurt. That's all I'm saying. But that's why we're up here in the booth.
I'm out of breath just bending over to put my socks on, to be honest.
Right. Been there. Not nice. It's not
No,
good. It's
it's
not
not.
cool. It is not. Here we go. Stacked up at the line of scrimmage right here. Let's just see if they push this one forward. Talapu about to take the snap on the 2nd and goal play. Gives it to number 8, Alvarez, who is in for the touchdown, Cougars.
We got some push-ups coming up here, baby.
It's officially a 2-yard run from Catherine Alvarez for a touchdown, as it is now 13-6 Cougars.
You go for 2 or you kick the extra point. Maybe 9-score game or 9-point game, or it looks like they're going to attempt the extra point.
I think they're going to attempt the extra point here. I probably would go for 2. I mean, you're already up by 3.
Kick it up, and it is good.
It's good. It's 14-6 Cougars.
It is now time for tomato butter push-ups.
So now we'll go back to the kickoff here between the Cougars and the Shockwave. 14-6 now. Portland's up 14-6.
Take a kickoff for your Oregon Cougars, number 9, Ben Gordon.
14-6 now Cougars here. 7:42 left in the third quarter. We're going to get the kickoff here from the 35-yard line. It's a pretty good kick. And there's the return coming. Now up to about the 49-yard line on the return for the Shockwave. So Catherine Alvarez with another tackle on that special teams play as the Cougars come back to defense now. And defense, I think you just don't let them beat you. Don't let them beat you with the passing game at this point.
I feel like the Portland Shockwave really banned that passing. They moved the ball pretty good through the air.
All right, so here we go. 1st and 10 now from the 49-yard line for the Shockwave. There's the run up the middle, hit originally by Lubon, and there's laundry on the field. We'll see what that's all about here. Lubon and Alvarez right there with the tackle. 22 in there as well, Martinez. holding on the offense, and so that will push the Shockwave back. That will push the Shockwave back to inside their own 40-yard line to about their own 39 now, as it'll be 1st and 20. And it's never good. 1st and 20 is probably better than 2nd and 20 or 3rd and 20, but anything in 20 is not really good. There's the snap. Screenplay, but tackled nicely out there in the open field by Brittany Pionki. So Pionki with a nice tackle, and also number 12, Vasquez. We've called both of their names a bunch of times tonight. That officially makes it now 2nd, and that was a 3-yard gain, so we'll go 2nd and 17 now.
Second and 19 for the Oregon Fighting Shockwave.
Second and 17 now from the 42-yard line. Going back for the pass, coming short side, and it's incomplete. So it'll be 3rd down now, 3rd down and 17. And they are. You're hearing the defense here. You're getting called out here on social media, Adam. People are saying next home game you should be on the Cougars sideline doing push-ups after every score.
I will do that. I will do that. Challenge accepted. You all want to see me on the sidelines doing some push-ups? Let me know.
All right, so 3rd and 17 here now from the 42-yard line. There's the pitch. Running to the right side. Coming up and tackled about the 45-yard line, knocked out of bounds by so 4th and 4 as Vasquez was there on the push out of bounds. 4th and 4 now for the Shockwave. And it looks like here comes the punting unit for the Shockwave. Oh, and they are going for it as they bring in a different package here for this 4th and 4 play. There is the pitch coming out to the left. Number 30, and brought down a big, nice open field tackle by number 00, Meza. But it is a 1st down for the Shockwave.
It's getting loud out there.
It's getting loud. These fans are getting rowdy.
Oh, they're getting into it.
It's the 35-yard line now, 1st and 10. 5:15 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. So 5:05 officially as they come to the line of scrimmage. 5 on the mark as they take the snap. Run it up the middle and a big tackle in the backfield. Ran right into Becky Lubon, standing right there ready to make that tackle in the backfield. But there's Laundry. Offsides on the defense. So that'll march the Shockwave 5 yards closer. That'll make it now 1st and 5 from the 30-yard line. Now from the 35-yard line, as that will make it a 1st and 5 now for the Shockwave. You can see as they come to the line of scrimmage here. Now 4:30 left in this 3rd quarter. on 1st and 5 for the Shockwave. Right up the middle, met by Richardson, 67. And throwing the hands up like she just don't care. But 67 Richardson right.
She's like, oh, no, you didn't.
That's right. That is right. Now 3:45 as they take to the line of scrimmage here. 2nd and about 5 as that was really a no gain on that play. So 2nd and 5 here for the Fighting Shockwave. Dropping back. There's the throw. Oh, incomplete right off the hands. Flag on the field. Holding on the defense. There'll be another penalty, another 1st down yet for the Shockwave. So now 1st and 10, 20-yard line for the Shockwave. 3:25 as the clock stops on the penalty. There comes the pass. She's looking. No. Dropped down in the backfield. What a sack by Becky Lubon. Or no, was that an interception?
That was a pick.
Beth Horner with the interception on that play.
That was one of those, no, don't do it. Oh, what are you doing?
For sure. So a pick by Beth Horner on that play.
She just probably ate the sack. But good for the Cougars.
Good for the Cougars. That's a great play for the Cougars there. It'll be 1st and 10 now. They'll be on the 25-yard line of their own 25-yard line. 3:13 left in the 3rd quarter. They can run this 3rd quarter out with an 8-point lead. Don't you feel pretty good about your chances here? You got to feel good right now if you're the Cougars.
For sure.
And Brandon did call that when he called that was going to be a turnover before the play happened. It's a good call by Brandon. So now 1st and 10. There's the pitch coming this way, cutting back and drop after about a 2-yard run after all of that for Coach Avar. So now 2nd and 8 on this next upcoming play. So we'll go 2nd and 8 now from about I'd say the 27-yard line. Is that how you're seeing that mess around? 27-yard line?
Yeah, it was like 27 minutes.
So 27-yard line now, 2nd and 8 from here. Own 27-yard line for the Cougars. Talapu up to the line of scrimmage, called in the cadence. Got him to jump. Did they get back?
Looks like they got
But there's a run from Talapu going to the left side of the field.
Looks like they said that she got back in time.
Up to the 32-yard line. So it's a 5-yard run there from Talapu. So that'll be a 3rd and 3 for the Cougars. And official timeout for an injury here on the field, and you always want nothing but the best for those players to get hurt. And it does not look good at all. As the Portland player is over on the Oregon sideline, you could see there the coaches all actually right now are helping her stand up. They called for help almost immediately after that play.
Yeah.
Everyone, and it is deathly quiet,
Yeah,
eerily quiet in this stadium.
You immediately saw Chuck signaling for help.
Looks like number 1, Jamie Hoffman, is the injured Shockwave player, being attended to along the Cougars sideline.
You never want to see anybody get hurt.
Never. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's against your bitter rival, to be honest. You never want to see anyone hurt in any situation, especially this one. And there she is, being able to walk back across the field. And you can hear everyone in the stadium clapping at that. It's always good when you're able to walk off under your own power. Definitely is
Probably kids who get the bell rang and them to shake the cobwebs a little bit.
Yeah, and it looked like originally maybe it was something with the head because it looked like they were holding her up.
Yeah.
So that's what.
and very gingerly walking to the sidelines. You can see here in
like
the
it's a
orange
hand.
gloves. Maybe a hand, maybe a head, but they're taking all the precautions here, as you should in this situation. So play resumes now. 3rd and 3 from the 32-yard line. Got to get to the 35 for a first down here if you're the Cougars. So 3rd and 3, 32-yard line. Let's come up to the line of scrimmage here, 3rd and 3. Now the clock running at 1:40 left in the third quarter. There's Talapu. Throws a little pass out to Kochever.
Spins out of the tackle.
Spins out of the tackle, comes right at the first down marker. It could not be any closer. And they're calling it first down. First down for the Cougars. So that is a 3-yard pass officially for Talapu and a 3-yard reception for 24 Kochever.
She made that happen with that little spin move, broke tackle.
Certainly did. Broke that tackle, spin move, right to the first down marker. And it's like she knew right where she was going too.
Right? She knew right where that marker was.
You see that a lot. It's like a sixth sense for these players. They know right where the markers are. They know where the end zone is. Here we go now. 1st and 10, 35-yard line. There's a pitch to Kochever. Oh, pulled down, and that's got to be a horse collar tackle.
If for those of you who want the update on the Shockwavw player, they just signaled for medical staff to come and help her across the field. So it looks like she's running over to the medical staff currently.
Flags on the field, preliminary signal is against the Fighting
Yeah, that totally looked like a horse collar there.
Personal foul, horse collar tackle on the Fighting Shockwave here. That'll be a penalty and a first down for the Cougars. And I saw that one live. That was a horse collar all the way. There was no
It
doubt.
looked like she might have hooked her from behind that face mask. Yeah, definitely horse collar.
So now from the 44-yard line, it'll be a first down for the Cougars. And the injured player for the Shockwave, by the way, we just want to put our thoughts out to her family, make sure everything is fine there. It's number 1, and I'm going to get you a name here in just a second. 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line of the Shockwave. And there's the handoff to Catherine Alvarez coming our way. Gets inside the 45 up to about the 46-yard line on a 2-yard run from Catherine Alvarez.
Number 14, Camille Wilson on the stop for the Fighting Shockwave. Gain of 3 on the play. 2nd and 7 for your Oregon Cougars.
So it'll be 2nd and 7 now for the Oregon Cougars after the 3-yard run right there from Catherine Alvarez. And the end of the third quarter. So the switch sides won't have a whole lot of switching to do here. You're talking a matter of 8 yards on the switch, which is kind of where you want to be as far as that goes. So Jamie Hosley is the injured player for the Portland Fighting Shockwave, and nothing but good, positive thoughts going out to the Shockwave family and Jamie herself.
Other than the kids, just getting them over and having to shake it off. Nothing too serious.
Next game for the Cougars.
Yeah, man, we definitely hope that, nothing.
Next week is a bye week for the Cougars.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And so we're coming back out to play here. Now 2nd and 7. Was 2nd and 7? Yeah. 2nd and 7, I want to say now from 14. It's 14-6. Cougars starting the fourth quarter here.
First time Cougars had a lead going into the fourth quarter.
Yes, this is definitely the first time they've had the lead going into the fourth quarter, and you see it now from their own 46-yard line. 2nd and 8, 2nd and 7. We'll call it 2nd and 7 officially as we start the fourth quarter. "46-yard line, 2nd and 7, come up to the line of scrimmage." Shotgun formation here. Talapu takes it, drops back, comes our way.
Cut the ball.
Yeah, back right up to about the 46-yard line. Holds the ball out too far, I think. Just a mistake waiting to happen. But nonetheless, it's now 3rd down. That's officially a gain of a yard. So we're going to be 3rd down and 6 now.
Well, fans, we hope you stuck around because if you haven't, you'll be missing out on a possible $119, which will go to your pocket if you have the red ticket, which has this number 483-395.
Surprised you can check out his timeout. Because I've said that 3 timeouts.
I know. Chuck Hoffman has not used any of his timeouts this half yet. He usually doesn't leave those on the table, that's for sure. So here we go now. 3rd down.
Well, I guess not surprisingly when we got the lead, we're not trying to take timeouts.
Right, 3rd down and 6. Laundry on the field.
Full start. Looks like. Yeah.
Stopping play. Full start on the offense is going to be a 5-yard loss here. So that's going to put us back a little bit. Now 3rd and 11.
First down play.
Yep. Let's dial up a 1st down. We can definitely use that at this point. So 3rd and 11 now for the Cougars. There's Talapu looking to the right.
Oh, there it is. Go. She got it.
She got it. She burned it. And Pionki with the catch and the 1st down on 3rd and 11. She gains 12. 12-yard reception.
The player almost had that too. That was so close to going the other way.
And the 12-yard completion from Alana Talapu.
Yeah.
It's down to the 42-yard line for the Cougars now.
Well, you know what to say. Football's a game of inches.
And it's 50% physical and 90% mental.
Right.
All right, now up to the 42 here for the Cougars. 1st and 10 after the huge play by Brittany Pionki. There we go, and the run coming this way. Kovacher again with the run. Down at the 43-yard line, about a 1-yard loss there. As that will be 2nd and 11. That was a good open field tackle. And we've seen a few of those tonight. These players definitely playing for keeps. They're not out here just playing flag football, that's for sure. So here we go now, 2nd and 11 now from the 43-yard line of the Shockwave. There's the run up the middle to Kifferly. Kifferly be stopped 1 yard. 2-yard loss from Kifferly on that play.
We're about getting a little feisty in the defense.
Is getting a little feisty. Is getting a little feisty now. Now 3rd and 13 from the 45-yard line of the Fighting Shockwave. Again, a 14-6 game. Now run down to 12 minutes left here in the 4th quarter. 45-yard line, 3rd and 13 for the Cougars. Out of shotgun here. Talapu dropping back, looking to the right. Just drops it down in front of Kifferly, number 20.
Nice screen set up there.
Looks like they had a screen, so that is an incomplete pass.
I've been calling for that play all game.
Mess around play, it finally happened. So we go 4th and 13 now from the 45-yard line. Looks like Horner will come back. Remember, she had the interception on the defensive play. Now she'll come back to punt here. I thought that was an offsides. I think they came early. But that's a high punt down to about the 15-yard line is where it's down there by 35. 35 Miller downing that play. All right, so now we got 1st and 10 now for the Shockwave here from the 15-yard line.
A little over 11 minutes to go.
11 minutes left. 11:18 officially on the clock. Those 18 seconds can mean a lot, so we don't want to leave them out, that's for sure. 11:18 left. 4th quarter here, 14-6 Cougars over the Shockwave.
The defense played really good all day, except for the first drive of the day.
Yeah, this Cougars defense, this is the defense we're used to seeing from this team. We come looking straight up, and it's tipped and almost picked off in the middle of the field. I think originally tipped right there by 72. 72 is Fountain. Was the one that got her hands up.
So close.
That was so close.
Harder on that tip drill.
Yeah, right. Tip drill on that one for sure. Here we go now, 2nd and 10, 15-yard line after the pass deflection and break up in the middle of the field. There goes the toss. Toss to the left side. Wrapped up by a bunch of Cougars. And there's a Cougar down on the field. Vasquez with the stop. She was the one down for a minute like she was shook up.
If there's a high school custodian nearby, we need to talk to you.
But up and walking now.
We need your attention immediately. We need to get keys to the respective locker room. Thank you.
So 3rd and about 5 here for the Shockwave. From the 20-yard line, got to get to the 25 for a first down. Big play defensively here for the Cougars with 10:40 and counting left in this game. There's the snap, dropping back
Cheers,
in the middle of the field and overthrew her intended receiver.
Fourth down, coming up.
The 4th and 5 now.
And you're on to punt this one, right?
You have to punt. You can, if you're down 8, you cannot go for it and give the ball to the other team.
No.
Not at the 20-yard line. You just
You might as well
can't.
just throw the game if you're doing that.
We'll see what they do, but in my opinion, you can't
They line back
do
up
this.
front.
And there's the punt team on the field now for the Shockwave. Here comes the punt right at us.
Pick that up.
Grabbed by the Cougars. Pimentel.
Grabbed it, stood there for a second when she called the fair catch or something and didn't.
Yeah, I mean, that looked like a little bit of confusion on that play. But Pimentel with a nice return to the 25-yard line. So officially a 5-yard punt net. So her last 2 punts have gone for 6 yards net and 5 yards net.
She's had a good day. She's had a good day.
So the 25-yard line now for the Cougars. 1st and 10. It goes time winding down here in the 4th quarter. 10-16 as they take over after the punt and the return by Pimentel. You can see here the ball sitting at the 25-yard line as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Did you say Penn and Tickle?
Pimentel.
Oh, okay. I was going to say Penn and Tickle. That's kind of a cool last name.
So Liz Meza in now at quarterback, and you can see runs to the left side and kind of hit at the line of scrimmage right there.
Penn and Tickle. That's funny.
No gain, 2nd and 10 for the Cougars.
Now 9:45 and counting here in the game. 14-6 Cougars over the Shockwave. 25-yard line is the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 now on the play. Here comes the snap to Meza. Meza hands off to Catherine Alvarez. Catherine Alvarez with a nice run. Down to about the 9-yard line, let's call it, for the Cougars.
Sorry, check for his there.
That seems to happen sometimes. So the 9-yard line now for the Cougars on a nice 16-yard run right there from Catherine Alvarez. She's been big in this game too. So 9-yard line. Whoops, wrong way. There we go. 9-yard line here. 1st and goal. Talapu back in the game at quarterback.
Once again, it's crazy if they score here.
Rolling to the right does Talapu, cutting it up the field and tackled at about the 6-yard line for a 3-yard gain for the Cougars.
Even if they can add 3 points here, it's pretty much game.
You run the clock here because there's no play clock here in the WFA, so you run the clock. Obviously, it's a reasonable amount of time. You can't take 5 minutes to snap the ball, but
we got a player down on the field.
player down here for the Cougars. So we can see the trainers out attending to the injured player. We didn't see a number. Did you see a number mess around?
Let me see. Let me see.
35 Miller out attending to her teammate down on the field. From here, it looks like number 8, Catherine Alvarez, but I don't want to call that if that's not the correct number for the player down.
Too blurry.
Coaching staff now out, tending to the player down on the field. 8:19 left here in the fourth quarter. Again, eerily quiet.
I thought it looked like a quarterback. It is number 7. It's quarterback.
So it was Alana Talapu down on the field, up and walking off pretty much on her own power.
Injured player is number 7, Alani Talapu.
So I would say in this play you probably have Meza in at quarterback. That's a pretty safe bet.
Back in at quarterback for the Cougars, number 00, Liz Besa.
Now second and goal from the 9-yard line, or 6-yard line, excuse me, for the Cougars here. Second and goal from the 6-yard line. There's the fumble on the play. What's the call on the field? Oh, Portland has the ball on the fumble.
Number 24.
Fortunate turn of events.
A little bit of a dance celebration there at the end. That was so 1st and 10 now.
Insult to injury there.
Yeah. 1st and 10 now from the 12-yard lines. I gotta say, Mr. Ron, this has been fun. Having someone else in the booth for the second straight week.
Right?
And Brandon, I'll add the numbers up after converge with my stat guy, Chris, but I think it's around 100 to 150 yards rushing as a team also. Now 1st and 10 here for the Shockwave from the 12-yard line of the Cougars. 8:01 on the clock.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Drop it. There you go.
Number 3, Chris Ryan, development area.
So back at the 10-yard line, dropped 67 back there, 22's back there.
57, Teresa Richardson on the tackle for the Cougars.
Sure blew that play.
So Martinez and Richardson both in on that tackle. Now at the 11-yard line, and now 2nd and 12 for the Shockwave. 7.5 minutes remaining in this game.
You would think we have to start putting the ball in the air.
I mean, it's getting pretty close. Well, Julie, we thank you for watching as long as you could. We appreciate you so much. Please just get our name out there, share it, share our name, get it out there, because we'll be with you for the entire season. But please do that all you can. 2nd and 12 now.
Number 37, Jess Barrett, development area, brought forward by number 26, Becky Lubon.
26 Lubon with the tackle on that last play. So now it's going to be 3rd and about 10 after a 2-yard gain. 3rd and about 10 now for the Shockwave. 3rd and 10 now going to be from about the 12-yard line. So here we go. You can hear these fans getting loud. There's the throw coming right at us. And it's incomplete. No, don't call the interference there. That was good defense. What's the call here? Still waiting for the call here. Oh. They call the defensive pass interference against oh my goodness. Coach Hoffman is blowing a gasket on the Cougar sideline. Coach Hoffman is not happy right now. 1st and 10 now, 28-yard line for the Shockwave. I don't know if you guys aren't at this game and you can't see Coach Hoffman. He is not happy on that Cougar sideline. There's the run and a nice tackle, nice open field tackle right there by number 8. 12, Vasquez. So third 30-yard line now, 2nd and 8 for the Shockwave. As we're winding down here, 5 minutes, 35 seconds left in this game.
Sure, they're taking their time about getting this ball down the field.
They sure are. 30-yard line now, 2nd and 8. Here they come. Right in the middle of the field. Run up the play for maybe a yard.
And stack them up.
And 64-77, both right there. 64.
I'm feeling this game's going to come down to a 2-point conversion for the end of the day.
I mean, that's kind of crazy. Pionki right there in the middle of that play again. 67 Richardson on that play as well for the tackle. So an update on a Portland Shockwave injured player. Looks like a severely located pinky. That cannot feel good for Jamie Hosley. Back to pass. Intercepted in the middle of the field. That looks like Vasquez. I am telling you, she is going to get the player of the game. She's been all over the second half.
I thought the quarterback sacked so much over the last second. She's kind of coming out on the way to the hospital. Obviously, she gave a kick, but what a great play.
Jamie Hosley, again, a severely dislocated pinky en route to the local hospital where she'll be greatly taken care of. Have faith in all of that. We send our thoughts and prayers out to him.
It sucks.
I mean, it's very painful. So it doesn't sound like a lot being a pinky, but we're here to tell you folks that does not feel
I just
good.
looked at my pinky for Coach Swagwad popped back into place.
Yeah. So 1st and 10 now, 45-yard line for the Cougars. 4:17 left in this game. Really, now it's about running the clock. Now is about running the clock. To get this done, they go to 24, Kochever. She gets about 2 yards. There's laundry on the field. You can see right there. So it's a holding call on the Cougars, driving them back another 5 yards. 10 yards, excuse me.
A little over 4 minutes left.
A little over 4 minutes left. They'll go from the Shockwave 45 to the Cougar 45. Now 4 minutes, 10 seconds left in the game. It's going to be 1st and 20 for the Cougars.
She has only 3 minutes left when they hike this ball.
I think they'll call it with about 3:45 left on the clock here in the fourth quarter. 14-6 Cougars trying to hold on for this victory. 3:45 is when they call it. They go straight up the middle here on the run. Looks like forward progress is going to get them to the 43.
It's okay. Just keep that clock going.
2-yard gain, Jessica Kifferly with the tackle.
If I'm the fourth team, I start using my timeouts here on defense.
Kifferly with the 2-yard run to the 43 now. 3 minutes, 15 seconds left in this game.
It looks like Portland has 2 timeouts. They should probably use one here after this play.
Portland has 3 timeouts, and they haven't used any yet. I don't know why they're not calling a timeout. It's probably something I would be doing. But now the 43, 2nd and 18 for the Cougars here. They're just winding this clock. They'll call it with about 2:45 as they snap the ball. Now Alvarez with the run up to the 45, back to the 45-yard line on a negative 2-yard run for Alvarez right there. And Portland does call the timeout that Mess Around was talking about.
That's what I said. They'd probably call it after this play.
Timeout, Portland.
2:37 left in the fourth quarter. It's coming down to the wire.
Probably take timeout after this play also.
It's coming down to the wire, though.
It is. You got a good game here. You're going.
Once again, fans, the Oregon
Been exciting. Cougars got a couple interceptions this half.
tonight's game.
Took their opening possession for a touchdown.
Brewery and Funding, Adrian Cunningham Realty, Cha-Cha's Hawaiian Restaurant,
This defense has really come to play tonight.
and Columbia Beverage.
Yes, they have.
Fans Cougars' next game will be on Saturday, 20th, tonight against the Capital Pioneers at McNary High School in Kaiser. Kickoff is scheduled for 6 p.m.
All right, so here we're coming back into this now. 3rd down and about 20 for the Cougars from their own 45-yard line. Let's make sure that we get something here. We just got to get some yards, not turn the ball over. We can run this clock down pretty well.
Was it about 3rd and 10?
3rd and 20.
3rd and 20? Oh, jeez.
So 3rd and a mile.
Lost a few on the last play by the Cougars to make it 3rd and 20.
Yeah, nothing fancy here. Just run the ball up the middle and let Portland use their last time out.
Agreed. Make them use their last time out.
Oh, they're going to tug that ball. Tug it.
Tuck it. Just go down. Here.
There you go.
No gain to the 45-yard line. Now 4th and 20 with the clock running. So we can get a shot of the clock here real quick. I don't know if I can get that angle in or not. There it is. You see it. 2:15 down to 2:12 as Portland calls their final timeout of the game. 2 minutes, 12 seconds as they call that final timeout of the game. Just glad I was able to get that shot for you.
One more defense stop and this game's over.
Portland will get the ball back unless, it may be a breakaway run here for a touchdown, ends it, but Portland will get the ball back for all intents and purposes.
Right. You're not going to do anything fancy. No trickeration here.
Not when you have both 45-yard line and you're winning by 8. I don't think that is something you should do in this case.
Rubbing it in at that point.
Right. And we only rub it in on Madden.
Right.
You're beating a guy 80-6 on Madden. You're still throwing the ball with 4 minutes left.
Yeah.
I don't care if you have 600 yards and 10 touchdowns. You're still doing it.
Been there. Justin Fields getting 100-yard rushing yards, 300 passing.
4th and 20 now for the Cougars from the 45-yard line.
Drop back to punt.
Right?
Cougars in punt formation number 9, Beth Horner.
So Beth Horner, as you can see, back to make the punt. Kind of a high snap, but a nice punt. Follow that down, and nice tackle by Talapu, who comes back in the game after the injury.
He's my favorite player. I'm not going to lie.
Talapu with a huge tackle at the 30-yard line. Now 2:02 remaining in the game. 1st and 10 for the Fighting Shockwave. First and 10 for the Shockwave here from the 30, from the 30-yard line.
2:02 left on the clock. Right, listen to the coach. Nothing behind you.
Right, nothing behind you in this play if you are the Oregon Cougars. Nothing behind you. You let them take all the little run plays that they want.
You can dunk way down the field.
Yes. 2:02 to play. There they go. They throw the ball. Let them get the completion.
Right the ground. That's incomplete.
They call it incomplete, but if you're the Cougars, if it's completed, it would still be running the clock. So what does it matter to you if it was a completed pass or not?
Yeah, if you're the Cougars, you want them to say they caught that ball. But I can see from here hit the ground.
So now 2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line. Here's the Sarge. He says, go Cougs. Now 2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line. Dropping back. Looking deep. Caught. Oh, sorry. Down to about the 25 as you saw right there.
Dude, that ball hung in the air.
30-yard line now. Clock's running. 139 to go. Here we go. This is going to be it. Boys.
It's going to be a wild finish here.
31-yard line. Timeout being called by the Cougars. So they're going to stop the clock with 1:38 officially left in this game. What a finish this is going to be.
That ball hung in the air for quite a while. I'm surprised it was completed.
Oh, there's the trash.
Once again for the Thursday senior squad. They had a fine performance at halftime. They go 50-50 raffle tickets. We hope you are able to help out their program and at the same time help out their program.
So 138 left here. It's going to be a first down for the Fighting Shockwave. What a game this has been. I'm glad that you gentlemen were able to join me for such a great game. I always love the thrillers when they're right down to the end.
I may have jinxed the Cougars. I said it's probably going to come down to 2-point conversion.
I mean, it's not quite the crispy, the crispy jinx,
Right?
but here we go, dropping back.
Get him.
Oh, incomplete pass there. 132 left now. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Probably the best thing that could have happened for that quarterback there.
Absolutely. For the quarterback's sake, that was the best thing that could have happened on that play. I agree with you. On that.
Shouldn't that have been a
100%.
legal touching that my lineman tried to catch that?
Was it tipped first? And I don't know.
It may have been tipped.
I think it was tipped first.
It probably was tipped, yeah.
Suzanne, thanks for joining. She says, go Cougars. You got this, Brandon. Good and bad timeout. I agree. You didn't want the clock to stop, but you needed the timeout to regroup the Cougars there.
Probably took that to remind us defense stopped whether you didn't get behind him.
So now 132 left as they come to the line of scrimmage.
Here comes the blitz.
Here they come. Dropping back, throwing deep.
Good breakout.
What a big defensive play again by your favorite player, Talapu.
That's my girl right there.
Another big play. It's going to be hard to pick the player of the game in this game. Man, everyone's played good.
She's been everywhere, offense, defense. But there's been several girls that have been everywhere.
Yes, it's been a very, very good game for the Cougars. 1:25 left now, 3rd down and 10 for the Fighting Shockwave from the 30-yard line. Here we go, dropping back, right in her face.
Pick up.
Oh, well, that was
I thought that was a pick for sure. Penalty flag.
oh. Pimentel almost with the pick, and she had nothing but green in front of her.
Oh, that was so close, bro. What do we got? We got a penalty flag.
It'll be on the offense.
It looks like
Ineligible downfield.
Ineligible downfield, so that'll be a loss of down.
I decline it.
So 1:18 left.
I didn't see what the call was, but I thought he signaled for
It wasn't an eligible man, yes.
I couldn't quite see the call. Yeah, an eligible receiver downfield.
And they're declining the penalty. Very smart play there by Chuck Hoffman. 4th and 10. It's all down to this play right here. This is the game. This is the game. If the Shockwave have a chance, they'll make a play here. If the Cougars stop. Now 4th and 10. There it is.
Oh, she's short as first down.
She's going to be short, and that's going to be a turnover on down for the Cougars.
And that'll do it because the Cougars just wrap up this
25-yard line. And now with no timeouts left for Portland, 1:09 to go in this game, 14-6. The Cougars are going to hang on here, barring a turnover, a botched snap. That is the only shot that the Shockwave have right now.
Where you go, victory formation.
I completely agree.
Kneel down 4 times and the game's over.
And the best formation in football is what?
The victory formation.
The victory formation. And why is that? The first word, victory.
Yep.
There it is.
I didn't think not to record this. Kid is going to go check in. Well, maybe we might want to see the victory formation. I don't know. I'll get it for him just in case.
Talapu taking the snap there, running down now 1 minute.
That way you can show his team what it's like, victory formation.
And I can hear them telling each other right here, be smart. Portland's still firing off, trying to get one of the Cougars players to make a mental mistake here, but the Cougars are disciplined, telling each other, don't. And the refs are officially calling it. It's just a matter of fact for it to run down to double zeros on the scoreboard. But it is 14-6 Cougars, and they're going to take this one, 14-6 tonight.
1-1 against Portland on the season.
And they are going to walk out of here with a victory at home tonight in their home opener. Thank you very much for watching Coast to Coast Entertainment Network as the Cougars take it against the Fighting Shockwave 14-6. Thank you all very much. Our player of the game, guys, we need a consensus player of the game.
For me,
and it's been officially called here in the booth. Number 7, Alana Talapu.
my girl, my favorite.
Coast to Coast player of the game for this week. So 3 weeks, 3 different players. So we will be with you next time for the Cougars game 2 weeks from now up at McNary High School in Salem, Oregon. Can't wait to see you there. You guys have a great rest of your night. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you all later. 14-6 Cougars over the Shockwave. This has been Coast to Coast Entertainment Network.